What is up, jabronis? JJ back here with the crew talking PGA Tournament of Champions, first golf tournament of the year. Travis, Snyder, Kurt are alongside. Boys, Kurt, I'll start with you. First of all, the hair looks great. Got a little front poof going. LSU, a little rocking LSU as well. How's the break been, and what are you looking most forward to about this tournament?
Just to get back at it, like first year golf, going heavy on it last year, I was profitable, so I'm looking forward to doing that. NFL has not been kind to me, so I'm ready to kind of switch gears a little bit. And like I tweeted about earlier, man, college basketball and golf have been good to me in the past, so I'm ready to kind of just shove it right in there and get back at it.
Love it. And Jason, it's a shame to say that Snyder's in the hoodie today. The good news is I stayed on brand. I got the plain black hat tonight. At times you'll see the plain white hat. So I stayed on brand. Snyder, I mean, I think the people were looking for a suns out, guns out approach from you, but we'll accept the Saber Sim hoodie. What's up, Mangone? Borderline MVP from the comment section last year. Snyder, so what's new? How's the bench press going?
That's going pretty good. Just putting in work. We're ready. We'll be ready to show up here in March to put in some work on the slab there. Looking forward to everything, though. But it's good to have golf back. Excited to get my boy Colin Morikawa hopefully in the winner's circle a couple more times this year. It was a down year for him last year. I didn't really have much conviction on him last year. I did a little bit at the start, but then he was just not playing as well. So I was kind of off him last year, which was hurtful. So hopefully we can start off with a bang here in this TOC event.
Love it. And Travis, last but not least, Snyder hinted a little comment there about him doing work on the slab in March. I know part of that was directed towards you. Any rebuttal there, or are we just going to, play it casual and business?
Yeah, I'll ask you a quick question, Dunkel. What's your favorite Mangone?
Back against the wall, Mangone.
Yeah, don't worry. The back will be against the wall in March. Trust me.
There we go.
Speaking of March, JJ, I've been running so much that I gave myself a friction blister on the back of my heel, and it's like this long. So I'm supposed to be taking a break from the running. I'm not going to. I'm just going to just see if this thing just busts, but it's getting pretty big. It's almost taking up my whole foot.
Do you think it's going to take it over 2 months, 2.5 months to heal?
I'm not going to stop running, so it doesn't matter. I don't you have to cut the leg off.
See what's happening? He's already beginning the footwork of an excuse. It's the beginning of the building up of the footwork.
Well, it's not on the bottom of my foot, so it doesn't affect my running. Like,
I will give Kurt credit. I will give Kurt credit though, because I called out Rubio, but Kurt added himself into the mix. So I give you credit. I
love running.
You inserted yourself, so I respect it. With all that said, obviously happy to debut this again. DFS, obviously outrights, long shots, T20s, matchups. Like talk through it all. Uncle T will be a part of a few of these as well. We'll try to get a few of the RPS guys, maybe even some guests. We'll see. As for DFS, though, Mangone, I'll start with you because you always have that cash game mindset. If we're even allowed to say that anymore, I feel like you can get arrested. I feel like you can get arrested for saying certain things these days. In regards to your top DFS plays, top and bottom, who do you like?
Yeah, so top and bottom, I mean, we're doing it like we always do, one up top, one up bottom. This is a weird week, though, because there's only like 39 golfers, so obviously it's a little bit different. If you want to speak to the cash mindset, I think it's GBP mindset.
With 39, just say who do you think is the best value in your opinion?
Okay. So I'll just say this to kick it off, though. When you build your lineups, Dunkel, which I think is an important strategy point before I dive into some of the plays, it's a no-cut event, right? So I don't have to worry about my guy getting through the cut. I don't have to, put the condom on and sit there and be like, oh, I got to play this guy that gets through the cut and then he T40s for me. We can dig deep, right? And try to find these guys that are high upside options because it's not a huge difference between getting DFL and getting 25th, right? It's not a huge gap really there. Yes, the birdies add up and everything, but we want to shoot for some high upside players. One guy that I'm going to talk about here that I think is a really good upside player that's been playing amazing golf. He's a good putter, good on these greens as well. That's Matthew Fitzpatrick. Big on Matty Fitz this week. Has a pretty good price tag as well. And to keep in mind, the pricing is I shouldn't say looser. It's different than other weeks because you don't have guys at like 11K and 12K, some of these studs. But you get Fitzpatrick in that 8K range. I think he's going to be a really good option for me. When it comes to shooting down for like a really high upside guy for cheap, I'm going to go with Sahith Thigala. Thigala has a ton of upside, can win events. I understand, yeah, he could finish in last and I could be looking like an idiot. But I think he is this value for cheap that has the ability to win the event. There's some other value plays I like, Dunkel. I'm only asked to say 2, so I'm only going to say 2. And I think it's a pretty good upside opportunity, though, to shoot with for Thigala and Matthew Fitzpatrick.
So a few things to note. First of all, hello, Ali, in the chat. That name sounds familiar. As far as Mangone, you guys notice that, Kurt Snyder? Like, he complained that it's a small field. It's hard to really give 2 golfers. So I said give 1 name, and then he gives 2 anyway. Like, did you guys notice that happened?
I honestly missed that you said to give 1. I thought we were supposed to give 2. So
right on brand, Mangone. Right.
It's okay. We're in playoff form right now.
That's it. We're still in the early preseason here. Snyder, DFS. Who do you like? You agree with Mangone, or are you going somewhere different?
Yeah, I agree with him. Like Hoop was saying earlier today on the show, that the pricing is really soft here. I mean, for DFS wise, we only have 2 guys in that 10K range. The highest price guy is 10-3. That's very, very rare for us to see in an event. Usually we'll see like maybe one guy near that 11K range or something. Like Morikawa last year was 10-8 at this event, not last year. So I really like Justin Thomas here this week as my top spend up here. 9.9 is his price tag, very cheap. I think he's underpriced there. It's easy to fit him in there with some other studs. He's won this event twice. I think he's on verge of winning this again for his 3rd time. One of the best wedge players on tour, and that's going to be huge here as a lot of like shorter shots are going to be needed here in that proximity from like 100 to 125 mainly. So I really like JT's odds to win this event, and I think he's underpriced for sure. And the ownership isn't even that high. I think I was expecting him to be like 30% plus, but I think he's going to stay around like 25 or lower. So interesting with him there with Cantlay, Xander, and Rahm right above him, and the other 2 below him. But for my value play, I really like going to Seamus Power here at 7,200. I really like targeting Seamus on these type of easy birdie fests. He plays well in these like coastal events, island tracks too. So I really like Seamus Power at 7,200 this week. He ended the season really strong last year. I think he can do well here. I think he finished 15th here last year with a really bad putting performance. So hopefully he can do better here this week.
Yeah, Snyder, I had a question for you that I was going to ask, like I like to do, and go out of order and ruin things for JJ. But when I thought about this question, I said, here's the problem of why I'm asking you this question, Snyder. Because Justin Thomas, we typically like him on these events where he just has to putt well, but it's really big greens, and putting could be a concern. That's why I was surprised to hear you say him. I didn't get a damn course preview from Snyder, Dunkel. So what are you doing there? We need course previews. I need to know about the grass, the layered rough. I think that's on you.
You know what? 100%. I anticipated doing DFS then course preview, but like we said, we're in preseason form. We'll just stay in line. Kurt, we'll let you give your 2, and then we'll let Snyder go through the preview. And then moving forward, Snyder, the floor will be all yours for the preview. Real quick though, before you go, Kurt. I mean, at least somebody noticed. At least somebody noticed. Some random person from the chat. Sanjay value for Magnani, can't blame it. And look, Jason noticing the haircut. We were talking about the haircut before the show from Snyder.
I need that.
It's looking fresh. It's like tight all around. Call me a fan. And also, yeah, chill over there. Random.
I was about to say.
Random guest from the chat. Overall, so Kurt, who do you like here, top and bottom DFS?
So up top, I'm going someone I'm hoping the ownership comes down a little bit, but it's Tony Finau. I can give you 1,000 reasons why, but him and my next pick is just going to be guys I'm going to be heavy on all year. I think they're going to just continue the kind of the hot streak they had. But like I said, I can give you 1,000 reasons of why Tony, but I just keep seeing that clip of him shooting that 57 at that 8,100 yard course, and one of those jack courses in Utah. Has no correlation to this course whatsoever, but I can't get it out of my head. Like, he had 3 putts. He had 3 birdie putts slip out. Shot 57. I just think he's going to keep on doing this like incredible run he's on. I think he's going to put himself in that top upper echelon, just like where all those guys that are 10-1, like Cantlay, all them. I think he's going to be in that class this year, and we can get him at 14-1 here. So I'll take that. My next is going to be Thigala. He's just so boomer bust. It's perfect for DraftKings. I think he's going to have a big year. He could literally finish like 35th here, but he could honestly win this for one of the longer shots. But even though it's been one of the studs, I think he is going to kind of take that next leap this year. So I'm going to be heavier on him early on in the season.
All right, cool. So we got a little Thigala agreement. You guys know how I feel about that. And also, Kurt, you also brought up Tony Finau in terms of winning a tournament, which also really doesn't really keep us on brand, but it's cool. It's the first tournament of the year. He also won one last year, right? He hopped over that.
Back to back, baby.
He won back-to-back tournaments last year?
Back to back.
My worry with Finau is he can't putt, but he was playing hot.
Man, but on that stretch, though, he could. That stretch, he was just sinking every putt. It was insane, but I agree.
It's
Usually
fair.
not putt.
That is my worry about him here, but I mean,
he
it's
generally
only
hasn't
40
played as well here either. He's finished 31st and 19th in his 2 trips to this event.
Snyder, let's go backwards before we go forwards and give us a little preview of the course. As you know, Mangone loves to hear about the greens, so be as detailed as you possibly can there. And yeah, fire away.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Plantation Course here in Kapalua this week. It's going to be a unique setup here with 11 par 4s and only 3 par 3s here. It's going to have the traditional 4 par 5s here still, but this track's going to measure just under 7,600 yards, which may seem long, but you have to realize there's one less par 3 here, and that's where a lot of that yardage is going to be made up at. So golfers are going to see some huge green complexes here. The greens are going to be averaging around 8,700 square feet on average. They're going to be Bermuda grass greens rolling at around 11 on the stimp meter. Very, very wide fairways here. I mean, it's going to allow these golfers just to grip it and rip it here. So it's going to maybe put slightly an importance on some driving distance if you want. A lot of the proximity range shots are going to be coming in at that 100 to 125 range. So wedge play is going to be huge here. The over-under, the winning score is projected to be at minus 29.5. And I think it's going with what the winds look like. It looks like the winds are going to be down this week. So I look for another year like last year where we saw some guys break through that 30 mark. So I expect the winning score to be 30 under or better this week. So I'll be taking that side of that bet if I was going to take that prop bet. But some other key stats we'll be looking at here: strokes gained approach, par 4s gained, proximity 100 to 125, birdies or better percentage, opportunities gained, and then some par 5 scoring.
We talked about before the show, or in the show, being a little preseason form. That was like playoff Snyder right there. Like that was just like ran through every fact, all about it. Stint meter was stuck in there. Grip and rip, I heard in there somewhere. Just fantastic.
I love
you're in the same form, Dunkel. You're out there just stroking Snyder perfectly. So it's
yeah.
As much as we try to be different, Mangone, we all are the same. We can't run too far from our roots. Oh, by the way, if any you need any more reason to know you're dead with Finau this week, there you go. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Steve. I think Snyder's doing a tremendous job. I think it's the Saber Sim hoodie. I think everything, the whole look. I think he added a few more books behind him. I think the whole bit has just been tremendous all around. All right, so let's go to outrights. I believe, right? That would be next, right? Outrights, yeah. Outrights. Kurt, we'll start with you. We ended with you. We'll start with you. Who do we like to win?
Going Cantlay, one of the 10-1 guys, like I just mentioned earlier. I like him at no cuts, him at these birdie fest, him in a really laid back environment, like a resort course where he can't choke and fuck up. That's where I want to take Cantlay. So give me Cantlay 10-1.
Now, the question I have for that is
Cantlay,
at least prior to a year ago, and I'm no golf savant by any means, but it always seemed like he struggled at these birdie fest courses. I don't know if he doesn't score well at them. I always liked him at the tighter courses where it was lower scoring. Do you take that into any consideration here?
I was the opposite last year. I did well with him at these birdie fests. I don't know if that was just a last year sample.
If he went anomaly last year and did well, then great. Yeah, why not? Why not run that route?
Was that how it was before Snyder? Before last year, was he just not a birdie fest?
I could have sworn. When I started doing the show, maybe 2 years back, whatever it was, 3 years back, it was like any birdie fest. It was like Cantlay struggle show.
Yeah.
When I had him as a winner, he was like 20. He won at like 26 under. I was like, I had like 2x the field on him.
He definitely flipped the script a little bit, but he's gotten better too. And that was when the girlfriend jumped him right, and then he got the new lady. So who knows?
Oh baby,
good finishes here, and then a couple not so good finishes here.
Perfect. Also, I liked Mangone's Fitzpatrick pick earlier. It's his first trip to Kapalua or whatever it's called. And I actually I like that. He's my favorite newcomer. Is Fitzpatrick.
And Kurt, what'd you get there? You said 4. What'd you get that at? Did you get
10-1? 10-1. I wish I got 12.
I see that you get 10-1. I didn't know if you got a better price. Okay, cool. Snyder, to you for your outright, who do we like? Mora.
Yeah.
Mora.
I'm gonna be going with a guy that whenever I can get this guy at 20-1 or better odds, I'm just gonna be blindly betting it. And lucky for me, it's my favorite golfer, and Mr. Morikawa. He's gonna be looking to get off to a hot start here in 23 after kind of a down year. I mean, he's still contended in some majors and such, but lucky for him, he comes to a course where he's got really good course history at. He's never finished worse than 7th at this event. Should suit him really well with the strong iron game, and I'll be backing my guy Morikawa here at 20-1 this week in a pretty star-studded field. But anytime you give me 20-1 odds on him, I'll take those odds.
Love it. Right on brand. You've been doing a tremendous job. It's been a great show for you so far, Snyder.
I do like those odds on him, though. 20-1. That seems tasty.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Speaking of not staying on brand, Kurt, what are we doing? I mean, if anybody should be playing.
Allie, send me. Look, loser. You know what? Send the odds or whatever. Send the bet. I'll destroy you a Pong right now. Pretty sure I waxed you last time we played. So send it through.
Travis, we saved the best for last, arguably. Who's your outright?
Yeah, and this is an outright I know Dunkel is going to be on. He's going to be excited about. Let's whip it out for the first one, right? Let's whip it out with Big Dick Vic. Vic Hovland, 20-1. He got a nice little win, overseas. He's been playing some pretty good golf. He did it in December. I expect him to come out swinging here. I expect a pretty good year from him this year. Not saying it's going to be a breakout, but I think he's going to be a lot better than you saw last year. Give me Victor Hovland. He can hit on these longer courses. Birdie percentage, the high-scoring events. Vic can get hot. Yeah, he can get cold at times, but hopefully he runs hot here, and I got him at 20-1.
Also, you do know I'm a big Dick Vic fan, Mangone. So love that. And we'll kick it right back to you for your long shot. Who do you think a long shot that has value here to potentially win?
Yeah. So, man, long shots this week, I'll say this. There are not many, right? It's not like you're diving into 100-1s or anything like that. And I'm going back to Theegala just because, again, we need these high upside guys.
We'll change it. We can make it 30-1. Obviously, the short is the slate's a little shorter today.
Well, he's 41-1. So,
okay,
yeah, I'm going with him. I'm just saying there's not a lot of guys down at this bottom of the board. And I do think there's more value towards the top than the bottom this week. Typically, we do talk about how there's really good value sometimes in these ranges, but I do think the better value is kind of up top more so. But Theegala, 41-1. I just like his upside. When we're betting outrights, we need the guy to win, right? Second place ain't going to get the job done. So I think his upside is there. I think he has the ability to win this tournament. So give me Sahith Theegala at 41-1.
Love it. Quick question for Tatiana from the chat. Is that a FedEx worker? Which individual are you referencing? I mean, I could make the assumption it's me because I have the hat.
That would be me.
Could be you, Snyder. I mean, I'm sorry.
It's the purple.
Is it? Is FedEx purple? I didn't even realize. That looks like white and orange.
I thought it was Dunkel was the guess, but because he
orange.
the generic shirt, that was my guess.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. I look like I'm going to rob a bank more than I do a FedEx.
Yeah, you do.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. This is a safe place. All right. So who's up? Oh, Snyder, you for a long shot.
Yeah, I don't really think many of these guys down the board really have much win equity in this event. I think it's going to come from – I think the cream's going to rise to the top here. But if I had to take someone down low, I would take my guy Seamus Power at I believe he's 40-1 over on DraftKings, 40-1. He ended the season really strong, won the Bermuda Championship, finished third at Mayakoba, and then finished fifth at the RSM. So he finished with 3 straight top fives. He's a guy that can get hot. He can get that putter rolling. He loves these type of courses and tracks. So I'm going to be back in Seamus Power as a long shot then at 40-1.
Love it. And Kurt, on your end, at least Mangone says a little Les Miles action 30 years ago. What do you think? You think any resemblance there?
Oh, yeah, baby. I'll take it.
Could be worse. I mean, he definitely slays.
For sure. Yeah. No, but he didn't have a scandal. Or did he? I don't know. I can't remember. But my long shot is like Snyder said, this isn't really the place for it. And we know why. And we know why I'm taking this individual. If you know my whole bit, you know why I'm taking him. But I'm just going to give a couple other reasons to why I'm going to just throw a complete dart on him. It's KH Lee, 60-1. 3-putt avoidance, he's top 10. Top 15 in the approach shots, 150 yards.
You said
KH Lee, 60-1
You said KH Lee, right?
KHPP. And also, last year, an Asian won in Hawaii. There's 2 events in Hawaii. One of them was won by an Asian last year. So, narrative. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Who could argue that stat? It's not me, that's for sure.
Oh, I got 60-1 on KHP.
Tom. We usually give head-to-head matchups out last, but feel free. I mean, if there's one specific or a few, you just type them in the chat. We'll definitely, I'll definitely get to them. It won't be me giving you the answer, but these guys.
You're not giving me head to head.
You should really be so lucky.
There is Dunkel is the guy to take on head-to-heads though. If he hears the head-to-head and he doesn't like it, he'll call you out and he'll bet you. So
true.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful. You come in here chest pounding a head-to-head. I mean, yeah, money's getting thrown on the table. All right, so we will. Kurt, right back to you. T20s. Who do you like for T20?
Going Corey Connors, man. Such a double condom play. Like it just seems like he's steady Freddy. Just absolutely great on the approach. Give me Corey Connors, and I feel actually pretty safe about it.
Can you, just for people that don't fully understand the reference, the double condom play, is that?
He just feels so safe to me. Like I don't think he's not going to be contending here, but I think he's just going to squeak right in that top 20. No fireworks, nothing. Just a smooth top 20 for you. No really worry about it. That's how I feel about Corey Connors this week.
Is FanDuel
elite 10 seeker?
FanDuel used to always be the best pricing for T20s. Is it?
Yeah, I think it's a short fill, but I noticed that not much of a difference this week.
Yeah, when I looked at my I think I looked at my top 20 and it was like a 20-cent difference. Normally FanDuel is better, but it depends. Okay,
no worries. Snyder, back to you. T20. Who do you like? Don't be afraid to press Kapalua again.
Yeah, no. Uncle, who just to bring that head-to-head up, who was that guy you put 500 on last year? Someone was giving you shit, and you just threw 500 on someone outright and hit it last year. I can't remember who that was, but that was good times.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't. I know I lost the one Gary Waterland bet. I know that.
Can we give Allie's top 20?
Did you give? Yeah. I mean, speaking about right on my man. I mean.
Oh my God, I'm dead, bro.
All right, but I like for a top 20. I'm going to go with Adam Scott this week at -120 for top 20. He actually ended the season pretty strong. Had a couple top 5 finishes in the playoffs down the stretch, and then finished second in an event over in Australia in December. So I think he's going to bring over some good form. We've seen Aussies actually have pretty good success here in this tournament. I think 5 or 6 of them have won this event. We saw Cameron Smith win the event last year. He's an Aussie, so a little bit of an Aussie correlation. And Adam Scott playing better down the stretch.
Is that me?
Love it. I got so Mangone. Before I get to you, anyone like Bradley for an upside play? I'll let you answer.
I do not like Bradley for an upside. I mean, I get it; it could get there, but I'm just not a Keegan Bradley guy. So no Keegan Bradley for me.
Tom will give it. Tom, before Mangone continues, we'll see if we can get you a few more outs. Snyder, same sentiment, or Kurt, same sentiment on Bradley.
I mean, Keegan Bradley's always a good upside guy, but he's always liable to go full Keegan, like we say. I mean, he's a really good showdown play. I think if you think he can go low one of those rounds, I'd more so lean to him like a showdown play. I think.
Yeah, looks like.
Showdown for me.
Yeah, I mean, he
could. I did like what I saw last year.
I've sworn off Keegan a bit, so I'm okay with it.
I like what I saw last year, though. I would come around to him a little bit.
Shoot like 60, but then he'll back it up with like an 84.
Hell yeah, baby.
Part of me wants to fire a little dough on Bradley, but I'll think about that a little more. The whole show, people in the chat are fading him.
Maybe first round leader. What about first round leader for Bradley?
Yeah, there you go. That'd be the market.
Really grabbed the bull by the horns. All right, man. Sorry we delayed your T20 here, but who do you like?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know me and Snyder have been at odds a little bit, but this is where we get back arm in arm, right? Seamus Power -120. Talk about guys that feel like not just a double condom play, but also feels like you just rip one of them off and really get wild. Seamus Power has the upside too. So I think that Seamus Power at -120 on FanDuel rather than -140, you always got a price shop, Dunkel. That's 20 cents. That adds up over the long haul. So I'm going with Seamus Power -120. He's my guy for top 20.
Now, interesting. Our guy Coop, Morikawa MT20 -110. Is that parlaying them together? Is that what that is?
I'm not sure what.
Has to be, right? Those odds are sexy if it's just individual.
Morikawa, what's Sunjays? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense at that price.
You can parlay top 20s now on DraftKings.
All right, Coop, I see you. Happy New Year, by the way. All right, so last but not least, a favorite matchup. Mangone, do you have a matchup you like this week on the short field?
I do. I think Ali would approve of this matchup too. I think Dunkel would approve of it as well. This is a Dunkel classic. If you look, we get a stud golfer at plus money. What are we doing here? We get Scotty Scheffler, Scotty the Kid at plus 115 over John Rahm at minus 140. I mean, what are we doing here? Yeah, well, sorry, Kurt. I mean, that's how the order went. So Scotty the Kid, I got him at plus 115 to beat out John Rahm. John Rahm's experimenting with a new driver, so that's always obviously a concern sometimes. On top of that, Scotty Scheffler has just been incredible. You could argue he's been the best golfer, since the start of last year. So I'm on Scotty Scheffler. I just think giving him that plus money is wild. I saw the minus 140 on Rahm, and I said, who is that over there? And I was like, Scheffler getting plus money? That's just too deep for me.
Yeah, I definitely can't mind it. I did like back in Scotty a bit, for sure. I don't like personally fading Rahm, but Rahm looked like shit last year. I mean, like dog shit last year overall. Anyway, I know he had some decent performances, but he went through.
Well, we're getting the plus money on like one of the best golfers in the world. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
I think Rahm won a couple events overseas, over the break, over in like Spain and such. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely always scary fading Rahm though. But I get the play.
Snyder, what about you? What's your favorite matchup?
I'm gonna go with Tom Hoge plus 102 versus KH Lee. Hoge actually ended the season pretty strong there. He had a stretch there down the stretch. We had 5 straight T15. So I like Tom Hoge. His game should translate really good here. He can get the putter going. I mean, the irons are always really good for Tom Hoge. So I think this sets up really good for a good spot for Mr. Hoge this week.
Kurt, you look awfully suspicious. Who's your matchup here?
I'm hurtful. Snyder going against the Asian, but plus money Hoge. Yeah, I understand it. But KH Lee's my boy. I mean, mine was Scotty too. Like, I just feel like plus money is too good for that. I don't think Rahm's going to do bad here. He's done well at this course, but he's like 36th in three-putt avoidance, which is not good. But, I mean, it's Rahm. He's not going to do bad here. He's done great here. But I like Scotty at plus money. I'm going to double down on that.
I wish it wasn't minus 140 because part of me wants to slam the button here on both of you. So you guys are fortunate. This is minus 140. You guys are very fortunate. I'm not looking to pay you guys, 140 or whatever that is times whatever we agree.
Split the gap. Go like even.
So I think in MMA, I think in MMA, I'm going to be so low on Hoge and like Power. Not because I don't think they're good plays, but I feel like every line's going to have one or two of those guys. Every single lineup, one or two of those guys. Oh, that's bad, but the way I play,
it's not who you play, it's how you play them.
Yeah, I would just separate those. I would separate those two, right? I would make sure that
I love that.
them on the same team together if that's the
love
case.
That.
I'll admit I have not built that many lineups yet. I'll be building mine a little bit later. I'm just doing some 20 max stuff this week. Should be fun, but that's definitely a good route. If you see like just two guys are correlated together, like for instance, like Jalen Brunson and CJ McCollum were on a lot of teams tonight. Like just split those away from each other, and you're naturally going to be different with those teams.
Quick question on JT posted.
So after me and Mangone both agreed on Thigala, I was going to give Poston as another dart. He's been good to me at Birdie Fest. I hit him on his outright at John Deere, wherever the fuck it was. So I'm a Poston guy. So yeah, here's my second favorite long shot.
Poston's a good putter too, right? I'm not forgetting that, correct, Snyder? He's a good putter.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that can get nuclear. I mean, he's definitely a GBP play, though. There's a lot of volatility with his game.
Kurt, I did this for you, by the way. Did this for you.
Oh, shit.
All right, Kurt, final notes on the course, things you're looking forward to about this weekend, maybe something personal about yourself, maybe something not so personal about yourself. Floor is yours, final notes.
I'm excited golf's back. I really don't like the no cuts, but I'm very excited for the showdowns. I'm just glad to have it back, period. I also don't like that it's not in the morning. I kind of love just getting my day started with like just watching golf as soon as it starts. And my name is Kurt Jones, and I have a gigantic blister on my foot right now. It is humongous. That's all I got.
Snyder, thoughts on the oversized
no one see it?
blister from Kurt? Nobody wants to see it, Kurt. You will find your ass in timeout.
Okay, sorry.
Snyder, final notes? Where you're getting maybe tell the people where you're getting your haircuts these days. You're muted, But tell the people
Yeah,
where they get those fresh cuts.
AP's guy. AP hooked me up with a guy. I've been going to him for a little while. Nice little fade here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting golf back underway here. We've got like a kind of like an appetizer type event here. But I mean, this is one of the better events of the year just from a raw talent aspect. So looking forward to watching some of these rounds at nighttime, a little primetime golf. And then next week we got the Sony Open, and we'll get into the full field events.
Great. And Snyder, just give a little side piece on that fade, because you can tell it's a real deal. That is a real deal.
All right, so can we ask? Everyone's asking. Was the barber Caucasian?
Negative.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Mangone, final notes?
Yeah, when I get my haircut, I like it when I get a nice little salon. They do the little shampoo action. So that's how I get my haircut. I'll say that.
Mangone loves the idea of a woman's hands through that hair.
It is comfortable when you get the little massage action there, for sure. Definitely enjoy it. But yeah, my final notes are going to be simple. Excited to have golf back, to hang out with you guys every single Wednesday. And I miss Uncle T. Shout out to Uncle T. You know, one of my favorites here at Run Pure. Want to make sure you get you know, your I'm blanking on the word for it, but your notoriety. Let's go with that word.
Yeah, Uncle T, your goatness will be welcomed on this show weekly. By the way, I did privately chat Mangone to give a shout out to Uncle T. So Uncle T, that was me that actually emphed that that.
And I'm the one who told JJ to tell Mangone that.
in case you're watching, that's kind of how that whole thing went out. What's up, Joey? Nice for you to drop in. Bonita, I'm glad you enjoy. And Jason's interested in what's going on with that hair, Snyder. Tell you what, next week I think you should let us all know the conditioner you're using, what that gel is. Maybe it's a paste, maybe it's a little wax. So just let us know what that. Keep us posted. Other than that, folks, look, good luck this week. It's the first tournament, obviously, of the year. So look, gamble responsibly. But Mangone, is there any codes we can give them for DFS and Run Pure Sports in for all the content?
I'm trying to think if there's any codes right now. I don't think there's a code right now, but yeah, I mean,
completely filled out playbook, core plays, the whole bit. I mean, ultimately, if you even knew this much about golf, you'd be good enough to build lineups with us. So head over to
we have showdown stuff too, right? Showdown videos. That's awesome.
Each day as well. Yes, I mean, look, if you're into it all, do your thing. I mean, ultimately, a lot of great content all around. I think your blister told. Yeah, you see that? See, look, you got people now enjoying the blister, Kurt. I hope you're happy.
Oh my gosh!
Overall, folks, yes, gamble responsibly, stay safe as always. Run Pure. We'll be back next week.